Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we've got a really heartwarming story for you, and it's perfect for practicing your English listening skills. So get comfortable, and let's dive right into a Christmas market miracle. So, what's our goal today? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to enjoy a wonderful story, and while we do that, we'll be improving our listening and learning some fantastic new vocabulary. We're going to zero in on 7 key words that'll really help you express yourself with more confidence. All right, so here are the 7 words I want you to listen for as the story unfolds. Try to catch them and see if you can figure out what they mean just from how they're used. We've got irreplaceable, sentimental worth, retrace steps, meticulously, predicament, profusely, and poignant. And here's a little roadmap of where we're headed. We're going to follow our main character through a pretty tough situation, join him on what seems like a hopeless search, catch a glimmer of hope, and then, you guessed it, witness a Christmas miracle. After all that, we'll take some time to reflect. Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story starts with a guy named Liam. He's from Ireland, but living in Cologne, Germany, and he just loves the magic of the big Christmas market there. But this year, something's wrong. There's a shadow hanging over all the festive smells of cinnamon and roasted chestnuts, because he's lost something incredibly precious. What did he lose? A small silver locket. It was the last thing his grandmother gave him before she passed away. She told him, "So you'll always have a piece of home with you." You can imagine, it was his last real connection to her. Now, an object like this, one that's so full of memory, it has a very special quality. And that brings us to our first word, irreplaceable. For Liam, that locket was totally irreplaceable. This isn't something you can just go out and buy another one of. Its connection to his grandmother, the memories, that made it completely one of a kind. Now, the locket wasn't made of gold or studded with diamonds. Its real value had nothing to do with money. It had immense sentimental worth. That's the value something has because of the feelings and memories tied to it. And for Liam, that made it absolutely priceless. Liam gets this awful sinking feeling in his stomach that he must have lost the locket at the market with all those crowds. This tough, almost hopeless situation he's in, it's a perfect example of a predicament. He's in a serious predicament, and he has no idea what to do. So, even though it feels completely hopeless, Liam knows he can't just give up. He has to try. So he heads back to that massive, bustling Christmas market to start looking for one tiny lost silver locket. His only plan, really, is to retrace his steps. You've probably heard this phrase. It just means to walk back along the exact same path you took before, hoping to spot what you lost. So Liam tries to remember every single stall he visited, every turn he took. He starts by scanning the cobblestone ground, but honestly, it's impossible with thousands of people shuffling around. Then he goes to the stall where he bought a wooden star, and after that to the stand where he got a warm mug of mulled wine. But at every stop, nothing. No luck. And Liam searched meticulously. This word tells us how he searched. It wasn't just a quick look. No, this was a desperate, super careful search. He was paying attention to every single little detail, hoping for a miracle. Okay, so the sun starts to set, and thousands of twinkling lights come on all over the market. You think it would be beautiful, right? Well, for Liam, it just makes him feel even sadder. He's totally defeated, ready to go home. And then he notices something. Yeah, the happy music and laughing crowds, it all felt like it was making fun of how miserable he was. Just as he's turning to leave for good, he spots a small, quiet little alleyway that he hadn't walked down before. He thinks, okay, one last look. So he walks down this narrow little path and finds a hidden stall run by an old man with these really kind, twinkling eyes. The whole stall is just filled with the most beautiful handmade snow globes. One of them catches his eye because it reminds him of his grandma's cottage back in Ireland. He picks it up to get a closer look at the little winter scene inside. He turns it over to look at the wooden base. So what do you think he saw? Yup, resting right there on the wooden base of the snow globe was his locket. He must have dropped it right there the night before. Can you just imagine the wave of relief? His heart probably skipped a beat. It was found. The vendor, this incredibly kind man, explains that he found it when he was closing up his stall. He just knew it had to be precious to someone, so he put it on top of the snow globe that Liam had been looking at, just hoping its owner might feel drawn to come back for it. What an amazing act of kindness. Liam is he's overwhelmed with emotion, and he thanked the man profusely. This means he thanked him over and over again with so much emotion and sincerity. It's that feeling when thank you just doesn't feel like enough. Of course, Liam insisted on buying that snow globe, and it became a poignant memento of that crazy day. Poignant is a really beautiful word. It describes something that gives you a strong, touching feeling, maybe a mix of happiness and sadness or nostalgia. That snow globe would always remind him of this whole emotional journey. So as Liam walked home with that locket warm in his hand, the whole world just felt different. That heavy weight in his chest was finally gone. The Christmas carols suddenly sounded sweeter, and all the twinkling lights seemed to be shining just for him. And in that moment, it just clicked for Liam. He realized the true spirit of Christmas wasn't about the decorations or the gifts. It was in that little bit of hope that makes you explore an unknown path. It was in the simple kindness of a stranger. And it was in that miraculous feeling of finding something you thought was gone forever. And that is the end of our story. But we're not quite done yet because now it's your turn. I'd love for you to take a moment to think about what you just heard and to try using some of this language for yourself. So here are a few questions for you to chew on. Have you ever lost something that had huge sentimental worth? How can one small act of kindness totally change a person's day? And what does the spirit of Christmas, or any special holiday, really mean to you? Try to use some of our new vocabulary when you think about your answers. Thank you so much for listening today. I really hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll see you in the next one.